My name is Michael, and I'm here to help you move into the 5D world, the new Earth. This video is going to be about the role of the light workers into the 5D. Here we go. What is a light worker? What is that? I was like, in the beginning, I was like, what is that even? Am I a light worker? Are you a light? Who is a light worker? And in my definition of this journey over the past almost 15 years, I now see a light worker as someone that is constantly interested in healing work, talking about healing, family dynamics, traumas, triggers, pains, pleasures, all of those things that will make sure that you are elevating your vibration, your vibration, like you're changing the way you relate to things, that to yourself, the way you do things, and you know that there's a big shift going on. You just know it, and you know that you want to be a part, and you are a part of it. There's been a big wave of coaches coming out, healers, and all of that. All of those people that are here to elevate the vibration of the earth. You're working with people, maybe you have a program, maybe you have retreats, maybe you, whatever you do, maybe you talk on YouTube, whatever you do, that in my hallucination generally are a light worker. You're here to uplift the energy, you're here to help people through their journey. And we can discuss where all of these light workers are from. Some people say that they're from other planets, some people say they're not, some people say that whatever. It doesn't really matter, because what matters is the Earth's evolution. The Earth's evolution about going forward and raising the vibration of the Earth. There is a vibration of Earth where you can basically kind of like measure the frequency. And this frequency is going to still keep going up and up and up. And it's going to, of course, takes time. But you are a part of that like paradigm shift that goes on in the moment. And you just kind of like, you can't work a job like 9 to 5. You know, you had a moment in time where something happened and you're like, you woke up and you start to question the thing that speaks inside of you. And you know that you're guided. You know that you're guided by something bigger, which is also part of you. And you are constantly driven for growth and change. So that was number one. Very generally. Number two, imagine that you are somewhere before you came in this incarnation on earth. You signed up for a role. You signed up with a contract with some people. You signed up for having an experience as the soul you are, and you know that there's like a meaning to everything you do. And here you are going on this trip, this journey, and you know it's also not forever. So it's going to be a certain amount of time. You come here and you contribute. You like to serve, and you love seeing other people growing, and of course yourself too, because if you're not growing, who else can grow? You are often a very highly sensitive person, which means that when you came to Earth, you chose your parents, so your parents can give you the role of being highly sensitive. And when you got the gifts of being a highly sensitive, you can sense how people feel. You can sense the vibration of the space. You walk into a room and you know straight away if like something is off or what's wrong, and you know like this person has a lot of sadness, this person here is very angry, and this person here has a lot of shame. And you kind of like, you can feel people's energy body. You're also, this highly sensitivity thing is also a very hard place to be in, because before you understand that it's actually a gift, it's hard for you to navigate with it, because you just keep taking in all of people's every emotions, and all of a sudden it's not really empowering you, because you're still on your journey of like how you can speak up and clear your throat and like move your own energy, and also protect your energy from other people's energy, not taking on so much. That's often a thing that goes on for many years. I remember for me, so long, many years before I understood this. I thought there was something wrong with me. I thought that why has life singled me out like this? Why do I have to go through this shit? And there was a lot of like victimhood connected to it, which later on will be probably your greatest gift. When you come out of that victimhood, you start to relate differently, like I talked about in another video, how we relate to each other. The codependency start to fall off, and all of a sudden you empower yourself. The victimhood becomes empowerment in your life, and all of a sudden you can go and you can speak, and you guide yourself, and you can communicate in a way that is very clear to other people. But before that happens, you're in a confusion with this highly sensitivity thing, and you don't feel comfortable at all, and it's very not nice. You're also maybe called an empath, and you maybe have drawn to you narcissistic relationships. Maybe you're drawn to you relationships that didn't serve you at all, and they felt very self-centered, where you were always the giver and they were the taker, and you gave and gave and gave, and you lost yourself in the relationship, for example. It's a very clear sign that you are one of the empath, highly sensitive people, because we were taught in the beginning to care of everyone else's needs, and therefore we gave ourselves a belief that we are not important. My needs are not important, therefore I am not important. This is a big breakthrough for all the light workers, highly sensitive people, when they go through this process and they understand it's not I'm not bad, I am not bad, my needs are not bad. When you start to realize that my needs are the most important thing, and when I meet my needs, I can meet other people's needs. When I understand when my needs are the most important thing, my relationship changes in ways that never before. You are often having a very strong intuition, like you know what's right. It's a knowing within inside of you, like we're gonna do this, I'm gonna go this way, and I'm gonna have to go through this. Like something inside of you are telling you exactly where you need to go and what you need to go through. Even if your mind doesn't really like, why am I here, what am I doing? Your intuition is very strong. And the more you work with your own intuition, it becomes like your best friend. Like I talked about in liver cleanses, you need to be your best friend with your liver. Same thing with the intuition. Your intuition is your best friend, and that's the thing that's going to guide you through this. Often you are really liked by children, animals, people stare at you, and you are affecting people around you without even knowing it. Like you just can walk in somewhere and people either look at you, and like especially kids, they're like, because they're so pure, they don't have conditioning yet, so they're like, they can sense your energy, and they're like, this is something special with this person. Many times you just by being around people without even talking to them, they can come up to you and say, or like text you later and like, Michael, you impact me so much. And I was like, yeah, but I didn't even do anything. What did I do? Well, you did this and this, and like everything that you are expressing with your energy is being affected to these people, with consciously and subconsciously. This is a very clear sign that you are one of the light workers, that in my hallucination that I have been experiencing, and also myself, many times people think that you are like, I've been having people coming up to me like, I need to take a selfie with you, you need to sign this, you need to do this. And I was like, but why? Like, when we understand our power, that's where kind of like, yes, of course I'm gonna sign that for you. Thank you very much for saying that. Like, thank you for expressing that you were impacted by me. And then the kind of like reassurance within you starts to come. Where like, you know what? I make impact everywhere I go. And there were a point of time where you flipped from becoming maybe suppressive in your life to becoming more growth oriented, and now you can't stop working on yourself. Like, you know that like working on myself is the key thing, because deep down you know that working on yourself is working on life, working on the earth. You are earth, you are part of earth, we are all one. You know this. You always seek more growth consciousness all the time, and that's what matters to you. You came to raise the vibration, and over your lifespan you will have a lot of different purposes. Maybe one time it's doing something, and then it shifts, and then it goes to the next one. And here we can struggle. with like, what is my purpose? What is my thing? What am I even doing here? What is the whole idea with this? And it can be a lot of confusion, but in deep inside of you, you're just like, I love when I can feel a calling within me where I go towards where I know I'm supposed to be. Like there's a knowing. The senses are also your gifts of like clairvoyance, for example, or maybe you can speak to dead people. Maybe you can channel a lot very easy, and you get guidance from source, God, universe, and it tells you exactly where you need to be. It's also a very strict sign where you're like, you have something that is guiding you towards you where you need to be, and by you guiding yourself, you can also guide other people. When we talk about guidance, you are a guide. You are a leader. You are a person with some sort of authority. You're supposed to, I like the word guide, you're supposed to guide people just by being and doing the things that, if you just keep focusing on you and the things that you are doing, you are automatically guiding people. And here is where the beauty comes in. When you understand that you're a guide, that's where you turn on the ignition and really start to go. Because many times in this journey, we have a lot of shame and guilt and all of these negative things that clouds our light. And what I see around a lot of people is that they doubt their power. They're afraid of their own power of stepping up. This is a huge thing, and it's been a big thing for me where I was like, I know I sat on so much power, but I was afraid of sharing it. I was afraid of showing. I was afraid of speaking my truth. What naturally came out of my mouth, I was afraid of. Because there was so many people that was automatically impacted by me just by being around me. So when I opened my mouth, they lost their mind. They're like, what? It totally break down their reality and their sense of self and what they know was familiar. And all of a sudden you broke that thing down so they can see another version of themselves that is way better. But in that chaos, there can be a lot of fear that's attached to it. And you easily take on fear. You take on fear so much that sometimes you think that other people's fears are yours, which is wrong. Yes, you have fear, of course. Fear lives in kidneys. I talked about it in another video. Fear lives in kidneys, and if you're not taking care of your body's going to hold on to it. But your job is to let go of all of that fear. What can happen if I let go of all my fears? We turn fear off. We turn fear off. We let go of it. Who am I when I am no longer in fear? What will I say? How will I act? Where will I go? What action will I take if I'm not fearful? And this is a process. This is not something that just comes like, boom, okay, now it's over. No. It's like peeling the onion. Over time, you were like, oh shit. I'm not even I used to be fearful of doing this thing over here. I'm not fearful anymore. I'm so in my power when I can go and say and do things that I normally was judged for or ridiculed or laughed at or whatever that was. When I thought that just because I was different than everyone else, I was not doing what the collective was doing, and I was walking on my own path of where no one had been before. I was so scared of saying things and what I just experienced. But now I'm in my power, and all of a sudden I can see more clearly than ever. So remember, working with your own fear, which is not so nice, like no one really likes to talk about it, but that will be the key. Stepping out of your own fear, working with your kidneys, your body, let that fear go, detox yourself. Doing all of the things that is good for you will make sure you step more and more into your power, which is a beautiful process. The last thing I have to give you is that you are a giver. You love to give. You are such a profound giver, and you know that you give more of yourself than most people will never do ever. This is your best, but it's also your worst, because it can put you in a place, as I said before, of like not meeting your own needs, and that's where it has gone too far. Here's where you need to look out for, where is my own needs, where are my boundaries, what do I need first of all before I can give. If we only focused on our own needs as much as possible, then we would make sure that our cup is always full and we could continue giving. And by giving we would receive, because there's also a place when we don't have and we lack, we create resentment to ourselves if we keep giving. This is an old pattern of taking care of everyone else's needs, and this is where we need to heal out of that. Take care of our own needs first and then give. That will give fulfillment, but not until we sorted out the stuff within ourselves. Otherwise we are just gonna keep being resentful, like I always do this, I always do that. Yeah, you're doing it because you were trained to do so, but in a wrong way. Giving is not bad, but only give when you have something to give. If you don't have anything to give, you're going to feel resentment within yourself, which is not going to empower you or the world or anyone else around you. So please make sure, comment down below, what are you doing to give yourself like care? You're filling your cup, you're giving yourself to your own needs, your wants. What are you doing to make sure that you are the number one priority? What are you doing? Tell me in the comments. I would love to hear. Because maybe when you do that, you will actually teach someone else what they can do to give themselves. So the more comments we get, the more and the better people can read and like, oh, maybe I can do that for myself. Yes, it's very, 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 very important. If you're going to impact the world the way you want to impact it, you need to fill your own cup before you can even give to someone else. And that is a process by itself. If you want to see another video on that, you can also comment that. And I would say also your role here is also to enjoy, express laughter, fun, like show people that it's okay to be everything. A light worker is because they hold a lot of light. Often people are scared of light, or they are jealousy of light, or they want to even put you down for being so bright because they don't know how to take care of themselves. So that is really a part where it's like you're supposed to express it, but most people can't handle it. But some people will appreciate it a lot and they will come to you. The people that won't appreciate it, they're gone. Don't even bother. The haters gonna hate, and they're in their process, and when we understand that they're in their process, we can just let go of all the negative comments. We don't have to care about what they say. Because everything that haters and negative people say is their own like pain. They're expressing their pain to you and they're asking for help. It's either a cry for help or it's an act of love, which means that either they're saying literally, if they say like a really bad comment to you, like something really nasty, it's basically say, hey, will you love me even if I express my sadness or pain or whatever? Will you accept me? Please help me because I don't know how to get myself out of my own misery. That's what haters say. Nothing else. But it's really hard in the moment. You're like, fuck, I'm triggered. And then I believe, because why you're triggered, by the way, is because you believe what they're saying. If they say you're ugly and you believe you're ugly, you'll be like, why are you saying that, blah, blah, blah. But if you truly believe that you are beautiful, you're like, what is this guy talking about? Like, imagine if I have a white shirt and someone comment, you have a green shirt. I was like, doesn't make sense because I know I have a white shirt on. I won't be triggered by it. So you see how everything that people say to you is, if you get triggered and hurt by it, is because somewhere deep inside of you, someone told you that as a child and you believed it. If someone told you that you were ugly and you believed that and you still carry that belief, and someone now tells you like you're ugly, it's because there's a part of you that still believes that you're ugly, which is not true. Not true. No one is ugly. No one. We're all beautiful, amazing souls. We're all just different. There is nothing that is like, it just is. Subscribe to the channel. I would appreciate that a lot, and it will help the channel. So thank you for watching this time. There's another video coming, so don't miss out that one. And I see you soon, guys.